Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Chandbagh School, Physics Department. This is about the safety of electricity, lesson number 10, grade number 11. In this lesson, we are going to discuss the safety and safety tips while using electricity. Here is a poster which shows that the kitchen safety poster. So in the kitchen, if we place it makes us aware that how the electricity should be used and in what conditions electricity must not be used. So we will discuss each and everything. Better safe than sorry. Make sure that water never touches electrical devices. Do not ever touch electricals with wet hands, and make sure that your hands are completely dry before touching outlets or electrical devices or appliances. Water is a very good electricity conductor and can electrocute the person, as you can see in the picture. So always use dry hands, stand on a dry floor, keep appliances away from the water. So water conducts electricity, so using wet hands or standing on a wet floor when handling an electrical appliances may increase the risk of an electrical injury. So water and electricity do not mix. In case of electrocution, turn off the main power source before touching the person or the appliance. So this is a poster uh, which must be placed in the kitchen, which gives us some safety measures while we are using electrical appliances in the kitchen. Okay, so we can say the safe use of electricity. Dear students, the first safety device which we are going to discuss is fuse. In electronics and electrical engineering, a fuse is an electrical safety device, and it consists of a very thin wire inside a glass case that operates to provide overcurrent protection of an electrical circuit. When you see the current is passing more than the capacity of the fuse, then fuse will burn. So its essential component is a metal wire or strip that melts when too much current flows through it, thereby stopping or interrupting the current. So whenever the excessive amount of current passes through this thin wire, more than its capacity or its rating, then the fuse will burn, and the appliances which are connected with this fuse remain safe to be spoiled. So dear students, the fuse consists of a very thin wire inside the glass, and the rating of the fuse is always written. For example, if the fuse is of the rating of 10 ampere and 250 volt, then 15 ampere will burn the thin wire because it exceeds the current. So whenever the current is exceeding from the rating of the fuse, then the fuse thin wire will be burnt and the circuit will be disconnected. So it is a protection. Uh, Dear students, the fuse must be placed on the live wire in electrical circuits. In this diagram, you can see the red is a live wire which carries the current, while the neutral wire is to complete the circuit. So fuse must be placed always rather on the live wire instead on the neutral wire. Uh, for example, in the circuit, the fuses are shown in the two dots. So one fuse is placed in the electricity boards from where the main wires are being connecting or entering into the house. So this is a main fuse whose rating must be according to the complete consumption of electric current in the house. Then after electrical meter, there is a distribution box which also consists of fuses, and these fuses must be in such a way that every fuse is separate for a particular electric appliance according to its rating. So whenever there is a problem in that electrical appliance, uh, that particular fuse will be burnt when the excessive current is trying to pass through that electrical appliance. Okay, so green wire is earth wire, which we will discuss later. So fuses actually, they are source of protection while using the electricity. Okay, so fuses have got the rating. For example, on this fuse, there on the left side, on the right side, there is written bus F02A, and on the right side there is written 250 volt 1 ampere. So dear students, this is the description and rating of the fuse. The bus means the manufacturer company which make this fuse, and then F02A, F stands for fuse, and 02 is a two-digit number denoting fuse construction dimension, like two-dimensional or single dimension. A is the characteristics of time delay rating. A, if it is A, it's a standard. If it's B, it's a delay. If it's C, it's a fast. So this is the time standard of the fuse. It may be A, it may be B, or it may be C. Then on the left side, there is a written 250V. This is the maximum voltage for which this fuse is used. So it's a numerical value of maximum voltage followed by the letter V, that's a volt. And then 1 ampere, it's a current, it's a nominal current in amperes followed by letter A. A stands for ampere. So S, silver plated, no identification for other platings, or it's only silver plating. So this is called the rating of the fuse. So whenever the current try to pass above this rating, the fuse will burn and the appliance for this fuse will remain the safe. Okay, so this is called fuse rating. Dear students, there is another safety device which is a circuit breaker. The circuit breaker in your house, you can see this kind of picture, and you could see these circuit breakers already placed in your houses. This is a very nowadays it's a very common safety device which is placed on the live wire almost for every room and for every appliance. Okay, that's what is circuit breaker. So circuit breaker is an automatic switch which cuts off the current in a circuit if this current rises above a specific value. For example, if the circuit breaker is to be used for example, 3 ampere electrical appliance, then the rating of the circuit breaker may be 3.1 to 3.5 ampere. So if the current exceeds from 3.5 ampere, this circuit breaker will be tripped. It is turned off automatically. So when the problem is rectified, then we can turn on again. So in case of fuse, you need to replace the thin wire, and in case of the circuit breaker, it is easy to just turn on or turn off. So when the live wire carries the usual operating current, the electromagnet is not strong enough to separate the contacts. So electromagnet is another, you see, component in the circuit breaker, which automates the switching on or off. So when the live wire carries the usual operating current, the electromagnet is not strong enough to separate the contacts. If something goes wrong with the electrical appliance and a large current flows, the electromagnet will pull hard enough to separate the contacts and break the circuit. So the spring then keeps the contacts apart. After the fault is repaired and rectified, the contacts can be pushed back together by lifting a switch on the outside of the circuit breaker. So this is how the circuit breaker. So where the circuit breaker should be placed? This is very important question, that for each load the circuit breaker should be a separate, and one circuit breaker should be placed on the main. For example, D1 is a circuit breaker which is placed on the supply line on the positive live wire, and then D2 is another load for which another separate circuit breaker is being supplied. D3 is another circuit breaker which is being supplied for the load number 2. So when there is a problem in the load number 2, the circuit breaker D3 will be turned off automatically, and the D1 and D2 will continue uh, supplying the current and voltage to load number 1. So this is how the circuit breaker works. So when the problem is rectified on load 2, then we can just switch on the circuit breaker. So this is how where the circuit breaker should be placed. So either it is a circuit breaker or fuse, it must be placed on the live wire, because live wire carries the electrical energy. We should not place either fuse or circuit breaker on the neutral wire. Dear students, the third safety measures is earthing. Sometimes even the fuse cannot capture the high current coming from the live wire into the household appliance. Earthing further protects the user of the appliance from electrical shock by connecting the metal casing of the appliance to earth, a wired connection to the bare ground. This is called earthing. So, for example, in this case, you can see that a man is touching the body of the appliance, which is a metallic body, and a wire, black color wire, is touching the earth and going to the ground. So now if this metallic body becomes is connected with the live wire by any means, so there is a, you see, uh, damaged insulation of the wires or whatsoever, and if the metallic body of the appliance is touching with the live wire, then if there is no earthing, the man touching the metallic body will get electric shock. But now in this case you can see that there is a wire which is going to the ground and touching the metallic body. Now if the person touches the metallic body of the appliance and total 5 ampere current is coming into the metallic body, then being high resistance of the human body, that is 3 kilo ohm, and the earth wire has only the resistance of 0.2 ohm, which is very small as compared to the human body resistance. So it is easy to pass the current of the metallic body to the ground by the earth wire, instead passing through the man, because the man has greater resistance than the earth wire. So the current will not be passing through the man, and the man will not be getting electric shock. This is the third safety. So in the event that the metallic casing of the appliance becomes live, earthing diverts large current into the earth by providing an alternate path to the large current flow via the earth wire rather than through the user body. So dear students, these are some safety tips which I already repeated in the previous lesson, and I'm again repeating in this lesson, that while using electricity we should be conscious and use care when plugging or unplugging the cords. Stay away from the power lines and electrical equipment. Never stick toy or other objects into the electrical outlets. Never go near or touch an outdoor electrical pole or wire that has fallen to the ground. Never swim during storm. As soon as you hear thunder or see lightning, get out of the water. Don't fly kites or remote control toys near power lines. These are some safety tips. So thank you, dear students. This was the uh, last lesson of this unit. Thank you very much.